Zola stars Taylor Page, Riley Keough, and Nicholas Braun, and tells the story of a stripper named Zola embarking on a wild road trip to Florida. Now, this movie is based off of a Twitter thread, and if that doesn't immediately suck you in, I don't know what will. This is another A24 movie, so when you have a story based off a Twitter thread, A24 producing this movie, sign me up. And this movie is an absolute wild ride from start to finish. Easily the standouts of this movie are Taylor Page and Riley Keough. They are excellent and absolutely sink to their individual roles. They are incredible, and these guys are absolute stars in the making. You better remember these names because these guys are going to be everywhere. I guarantee you. These actresses have such a bright future ahead of them, and they were excellent in this movie. I cannot rave about them enough. I think my favorite part about this movie, though, is how absolutely fascinating it is. It immediately sucks you in within the first couple shots. The movie is directed very well by Janica Zabravo. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And she directs with such flair and style, and that's one of the brightest parts about this movie. It was excellently directed by Janica Zabravo, and I think she did an excellent job with this movie. The cinematography is very sleek and has a nice tint to it. It looks very nice, and that was one of the first things I noticed about this movie. It looks so good on the big screen. The movie is really funny and has a lot of funny jokes. There's a lot of very awkward moments. This movie is really funny and has some great writing from Janica Zabravo and Jeremy O. Harris. They did an excellent job with the script. Getting into my negatives of the film, some of the scenes were longer than they needed to be. It seems like they were really stretching out that runtime. And this movie is only an hour and a half, and it felt like they were really stretching it. Some of the shots just felt longer, and they lingered on for a little bit too long. And I think the movie could have just been trimmed down a little bit more, honestly. And the biggest problem about this movie is that it doesn't really have an ending. There were multiple times in this movie where I thought it was going to end when it continued on, which also goes back to the runtime. It just feels very stretched out, and I don't necessarily know why it was so stretched out. And when you get to the final ending, it doesn't really feel like they wrapped everything up. It seems like there could have been maybe 20 more minutes left in this movie. So the final act just felt jumbled and rushed. This movie is absolutely wild, though. Like I said, it is very fascinating and doesn't slow down at all. Led by some crazy great performances by Taylor Page and Riley Keough. This is such an odd movie that weirdly I had a really fun time with, and honestly, if you're an A24 fan, I definitely recommend checking this one out. I'm going to give Zola a B. What a crazy ride this movie was. It was something else, but I surprisingly had a really fun time with it. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a like and subscribe, and make sure to turn the notification bell on to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. We got a busy weekend ahead as we have the Forever Purge, the Tomorrow War, and then next week we got Black Widow, so big movies ahead. Definitely make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on for new reviews coming soon. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.